see my room outside of this area, you would be horrified. I always think about what I'm gonna say before I film a video, and then I sit down and it's like, and then it's just me and there's nothing for me to say. We're gonna make some words up though, because that's how talking works. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel, and I'm gonna give you 2 seconds to guess where I am. I'm home, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm home for Christmas, so that means I'm gonna be, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. But right now, I'm filming a video, which is a good sign. I know I've been, like, sporadically posting throughout the semester, but you know what? That's what happens when you move to New York. I bet everybody's just so tired of me talking about New York. But guess what? I moved there. It's a big change. And you know what? We're gonna talk about it some more today. I feel like since moving to New York to go to college, I've learned more and grown more than in my first semester than most people have in like their first 2 years. And I just want to talk about that. So this is a video about what I've learned during my first semester of college. So yeah, let's just get right into it. What I've learned. Okay, the first thing that I can think about what I've learned this semester is that it's really hard to live with 3 other people. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your bestest friends ever or like people you've never known. It is hard to live with 3 other people in a small space. It just is. You can literally have all of the love in the world for your roommates and still be difficult to live with other people, because when you put 3-4 people in a small space with all different personalities and all different kinds of needs and wants and living styles, it's hard. And the next thing it leads me to that I've learned is compromise. Because you cannot live with 3 other people without knowing how to compromise or learning how to freaking talk, which I'm still learning. Kendra will tell you I'm still learning to communicate how I'm feeling. But that's the thing. First thing I've learned, it's hard to live with other people. Make it easier, compromise, and talk about things, or it's just you're gonna live in a bad situation. And don't talk about it with your friends. Talk about it with the person or with the people that you're living with, or then you're just really stupid. The next thing I've learned, it's a big one. You cannot do it all. And I'm saying this, and I know this, because I tried to do this, and it didn't work out, y'all. You cannot do it all. I cannot do it all. I got to college, and I wanted to be a part of everything, and I had a stress rash on the bottom half of my body, which is probably too much information, but it's just the truth. Because you can't do everything that you can't. It is more important to be a sane person than to be spread too thin, because I had spread myself so thin, and it's so hard to enjoy the things that you're trying to be a part of when you have a stress rash on the bottom half of your body, okay? If you can't do it all, don't like try and force it, because you're just gonna be unhappy and potentially have a stress rash on the bottom half of your body. This leads me to the next thing that I learned, which is that perfection is unattainable. I went to college going for them straight A's. Let me tell you what, guys. I had a stress rash on the bottom half of my body. This whole video is about my rash. It's gone now. I'm killing it in the game. But for a while there, I was like, this is the end? But if you go into things shooting for perfection and shooting for just this unreachable goal, then you're gonna get hurt. Because I got hurt real bad. I caught my mom crying within like the first 3 weeks of school, because I had my heart set on perfection, on being this perfect student and this perfect person, I think, and it just wasn't it. I had a stress rash. Stop talking about your rash. And I wanted to be the best at everything, and that's what really knocked me down, and what really made things difficult was that I was biting off more than I could chew, and I wanted to do the things, like, I had too much on my plate, and then I wanted to be the best at everything on that plate. It's like you want to be mac and cheese, but you also want to be green beans, and you want to be the chicken, but like you can't be good at all of them. You can be good, you can't be the best, because if you want to be the best, you really need to focus your energy on something other than all three things, because it's just not gonna happen. You can't be mashed potatoes and pork chops at the same time. It just doesn't happen that way. I think my sights are just set on food right now. I'm so sorry. But I got knocked off my high horse very early on in the game, that is college and living in New York. And I think it's probably one of the best things that has happened to me, because I think it's made me more self-aware that the things that I'm really passionate about and that I need to figure out what I'm really passionate about and really concerned with being the best at, rather than all these million little bits and things that like I'm just not gonna be the best at and then I'm gonna get hurt. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Next thing. Who you surround yourself with is so important. So my college is super small, and our freshman class, there's only like 100 and something of us. I don't even know the exact number. But we all wanted to be friends with each other, and that's just not gonna happen. And so we all had to make a deliberate choice to pick who our groups were gonna be. Not that you can't hang out with people outside the group, that's never the case, but who your go-to people are gonna be. And who those go-to people are so important. You wanna know why? Because in this scenario where you get knocked off your high horse and you get hurt from yourself and from not being able to reach your too high of expectations, you want the people who are gonna be able to say, you know what, it's okay. Number two, you gave it your best shot. Number three, Rachel, you're being stupid, you need to stop it. Those are the people that you need who are gonna tell you that and do it in a loving way. Because when your whole life changes and when your whole life gets flipped upside down, you wanna be with the right people, and the people who make you feel like it's okay that you didn't succeed all the way. Well, you did succeed, that you failed a little bit. Because guess what, failure is like a part of life. And finding the people who are gonna like help you work through that and through your own failure is probably the most important thing that I've gained from this whole college experience thing. I've seen a lot of people surround themselves with just bad, not bad people, but people that are bad for them. And I've seen them like get sucked under. Like there's this giant wave and like there are people surfing it, you know? What is it with me and analogies today? Anyways, there are people surfing it and then there are people drowning, okay? You don't want to be the drowning people, but guess what? The bad people in your life are gonna hold you by your ankles and pull you under, okay? You want the people who are gonna be your surfboard, you know what I mean? What is going on? Next thing, which is kind of like a serious type of thing to talk about, not that none of the other stuff that I've said hasn't been serious. I feel like I've kind of played it off kind of well. Feeling unfulfilled at this point in your life is completely normal. Not having everything figured out is completely normal. I know there's some people who like put on this front who like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get a master's degree, and I'm gonna get this job at this place, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna get married by the age of 24 and have 3 kids by the age of 31. If you don't have that plan, that is totally fine. I remember my history teacher, he's a great man. Love him. Favorite class of the year so far. He told us one day in class, when talking, I think, was he talking about King Alfred? He was talking about somebody. Anyways, my history teacher told us one day, and I just almost started crying in class. I was like, oh my God. Why are you speaking to my soul right now? He said, your goal in college is not to figure out how to change the world. People come into college thinking that, you know what can I do to change the world? That is not your goal in college. Your goal in college is to figure out what you love and what you're good at, and if you're lucky enough, these two things go together. And once you find those things, then life kind of like falls into place. Because if you really know what you love, and you know what you're good at, and you know what you're good at, then you know what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to like pick my brain apart and figure out what I love and what I'm good at. And knowing that the process of college or just living in New York are just steps to getting me to where I'm supposed to be with what I love and what I'm good at. And so just because I feel unfulfilled in this moment doesn't mean that there's not something good waiting for me at the finish line. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. However, that does mean that you should do some serious reevaluating or thinking, because guess what? You can create a pretty plan of your whole life. And I can guarantee you that for most people who have created this plan of their whole life, it's not gonna go the way that you thought it was going to. So when you get into this moment of like, wow, it's not really like working out for me, or not working out for me, but like not really going the way that I plan, or I'm not feeling the way I thought I would, or I'm not succeeding in this area the way I thought I would, maybe take a step back and think, what do I love and what am I good at? This leads me on to the next thing that I learned. Set aside time for the things that you love. I feel like the first 2 weeks of college, I did not touch my guitar, and this is about the time that I called my mom crying. And I was like, I'm so stressed out, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And my mom was like, are you okay? And I was like, no. And she was like, okay, here's what you need to do. She was like, you need to go play your guitar. And I was like, I can't, I have a paper due. And she's like, Rachel, you need to go play your guitar. So I was like, I'm gonna go play my guitar. So I sat on my balcony for 2 hours and I played the guitar. And I felt so much better, because guess what? The things that you love, they rejuvenate you. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how stressed out you are. If you make time for the things that you love, you will be a happier and healthier person, I swear to God. Now onto the silly things that I've learned. Number 1, I have no idea how to make meatballs. Number 2, all corgis are nice corgis. Every corgi that I've met has let me pet them. And that is a good thing for my heart. Number 3, this is a 2, this is 4. Drink water. I swear, this is the biggest revelation of my life. You need water, especially if you're like me and you're drinking like 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day. Don't do that, please don't do that. That's not good for you. Drink some water to balance it out, because guess what? You cannot run on coffee. You need coffee and water. It's like maybe like water a little bit more, but like coffee, but drink water. Number 4, not everything that is fun costs money. If you're on a budget, I can guarantee you there are millions of ways, maybe not millions, that's a lot of ways. There are hundreds of ways to have fun without spending that much money. And I can guarantee you, you can find it. Number 6, if you have a business casual dress code, it is not practical to wear heels to class every day, even though I still do it. I don't know what number that last one was. I think we're on number 7. Last thing that I learned, super important, super easy to do. Kind of sappy and gross, but it's important, so we're gonna talk about it anyways. Just be kind to people. I don't know, it doesn't matter what phase of life you're in. I know for a fact that I'm in college. College students need a lot of kindness, okay? You don't know what people are going through, you don't know what people have on their plate, but that being kind over being anything else is always the right option. So yeah, I know this was like a big ramble just about the things that I learned, but I really wanted to share them with people because I feel like my brain has expanded and my heart has expanded and my soul has expanded and every part of me has expanded except my actual body. I'm still small. But yeah, I just like feel like I'm kind of a different person now, and I wanted to share why. So yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more YouTube videos. I'm not going to promise that my videos are going to be more consistent in this upcoming semester, but I will promise to be more deliberate about making them and making sure they get out on time and things of that nature. That's all I'm going to say. Subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. If you want to see more of me outside of YouTube, all my social media is linked down below. Yeah. Is that how I do this? I think that is how I do this. I will see you guys hopefully next week or sooner with another video. I hope you all have a great holiday. It's just going up for the holidays. I hope you have a good holiday, whether it's Christmas or New Year's or both. Just happy holidays!